It's a present for Jin, my pen pal in China. He's never been to America, so I'm sending him stuff that tells about our country. Good idea, Moby. We should give Jin a flag. It's an important symbol of the United States. What is a symbol anyway? A symbol is something that stands for something else. Well, a heart is a symbol of love, and a dove is a symbol of peace, and a four-leaf clover stands for good luck. Oh, right. A horseshoe also stands for good luck. Different symbols can stand for the same thing. What are some objects that stand for the United States? The American flag is a symbol of the whole country. It has 50 stars, which stand for the 50 states. And there are 13 stripes, which stand for the 13 colonies that became the first states. Each state has its own flag, too. I love looking at state flags because they're all so different. Each state also has trees, animals, and even fossils that stand for the whole state. Oh, right. I almost forgot. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States, and it represents strength and freedom. The Liberty Bell also represents freedom. The Liberty Bell used to hang in Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The bell rang to announce the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The Liberty Bell stands for freedom and independence. Yeah, that is a big crack. That's the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France in 1886 as a sign of friendship. It's on Liberty Island in the New York Harbor. Many immigrants, or people who came from different countries, used to reach America by boat. The Statue of Liberty welcomed them to their new home. The Statue of Liberty stands for freedom, hope, and friendship between countries. A symbol doesn't have to be an object. It can also be a building. What are some buildings that stand for the United States? This is the Washington Monument. A monument is something that is built to honor an important event or person. The Washington Monument was built to honor George Washington. He helped the United States become a country and was the first president. He's known as the father of our country. Well, that's the Lincoln Memorial. It honors Abraham Lincoln, a president who kept the country together during the Civil War and helped to end slavery. No, that's not a memorial. That's the White House. The White House is where the president lives and works. The Capitol building is where Congress meets, and the United States Supreme Courthouse is where judges make decisions about laws. These three buildings are symbols of the United States government. Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me, Moby. What other ways do we honor the United States? The Star-Spangled Banner is our national anthem. That means it's a song that stands for the whole country. Some classes face the flag to say the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance is a promise to respect the United States. What else is a symbol of the United States? Good idea. There's that saying, American as apple pie. Moby, what else did you put in there?
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Give me just a second, friends. All right. We are learning about American symbols in social studies. We are going to be doing this for several weeks. All right, hopefully you got your books ready. We're going to look at our George Washington book first. We're going to read this together, and then whenever you have time this week, I want you to color it and to practice reading it to yourself and to someone in your family. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to echo read, which means I'm going to say it and then you're going to echo me. George Washington, George Washington, what do you see? Okay, now I'm going to try to do all that together so you can echo me, okay? George Washington, what do you see? Very good. So we're going to turn to the first page. And again, you're going to echo me. George Washington, what do you see? I see the Washington Monument looking at me. I see the Washington Monument looking at me. Good job. Washington Monument, what do you see? I see Betsy Ross looking at me. I see Betsy Ross looking at me. Betsy Ross, what do you see? I see the American flag looking at me. I see the American flag looking at me. American flag, what do you see? I see the bald eagle looking at me. I see bald eagle, what do you see? I see the Capitol looking at me. I see the Capitol. Capitol, what do you see? I see the Lincoln Memorial looking at me. I see the Lincoln Memorial looking at me. Lincoln Memorial, what do you see? I see Abraham Lincoln looking at me. The end. Thank you for reading that with me. This is a book that we can memorize, so you can read this and practice this, and don't forget to color it also. So let's talk a little bit about some of the symbols our country has. Some of our symbols are the Liberty Bell. We saw that in our video. The Statue of Liberty. The Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to talk about that today. Our flag. We're also going to talk about our flag today. There's the bald eagle. Mount Rushmore, which we're going to learn about, and this has some presidents on it. In Washington, D.C., there's the Capitol. That's where the Senate and the House meet. We'll learn about that. There's the Supreme Court building where the judges are. There's the Washington Monument. Here's another picture of the Washington Monument. And remember George Washington? Which president was he? Yeah, he was the first president of the United States. And he is on our quarter and our dollar bill. We also have Abraham Lincoln Memorial. So the Lincoln Memorial, where Abraham Lincoln sits in his statue. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. He helped end slavery during the Civil War. He is on our $5 bill and our penny. So let's talk a little bit about our flag and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our flag has two nicknames, Old Glory and the Stars and Stripes. It is a unique flag unlike any other in the world. It belongs only to the United States. It has 13 stripes on it that stand for the first 13 states. Its colors are red, white, and blue. Red stands for brave. White stands for pure. And blue stands for true, being true. There are also 50 stars that stand for the 50 states. One of those stars stands for Arizona, where we live. When we look at the flag, we often say the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance is a promise. It is a promise to our country. It means that we promise to the United States of America and to its people to stand up and be true to our country and the people in the country. Okay, for justice, justice for all, that means fair treatment. That means treating people equally, no matter what color their skin is, okay? Liberty, it says, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty. Liberty is freedom, okay, with freedom, okay? So this indivisible, that means we're not divided. That means we are together. We stand together, united as a country. This is the first symbol we're going to talk about for the United States of America because it's a very important symbol. Okay, so I'm going to read you a little story about who made our flag. But first, I want us to practice saying the Pledge of Allegiance and talk again about what these words mean. And when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we put our hand on our heart and we stand up because that is showing respect to our flag, to our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, that's its people, for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, undivided, with liberty, freedom, and justice, fair treatment for all. Okay, that's what that means. When we say this every morning in our morning videos, we are doing this to say, I promise to be true and to stand up for what is right and to treat people equally in the United States of America. We are making a promise to our country and to the people who live here that we are going to do what we can to be a good American citizen. So let's read a little bit about the woman who made the flag, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the actual flag itself. So this woman's name is Betsy Ross. Can you say Betsy Ross? Very good. Betsy Ross made our flag. Betsy ripped, rip, rip. Look, she's getting some material. 7 rich crimson strips. She put 7 red stripes. Betsy clipped, clip, clip. Now what color is she clipping? Yeah. White from a silk slip, 6 strips. So there's 7 red stripes and 6 white stripes. Betsy snip, snip, snip. Ooh, what does it look like she's snipping now? Let me hold this up a little so you can see it. Yeah, she's making stars. 13 stars. Zip, zip. The first flag had 13 stars because there were 13 states. Now we have 50 because there's 50 states. Betsy dipped, dip, dip. It's like she's washing it. Oh, she's dyeing it. Indigo dye, drip, drip. She's dyeing the blue. Betsy pinned, pin, pin. She's pinning the stars onto the blue so she can sew them on the flag. Ring of stars, therein. So the 13 stars were originally in a circle. Betsy stitched, stitched, stitch. See her in her window working on the flag? You can see the stripes on it. Stars and stripes, inch by inch. Betsy grinned, grin, grin. Old Glory whipped in the wind. This is what the very first flag looked like. It had the 13 stars for the 13 states and the 13 stripes for the 13 states, okay? So now let's look at our current flag and talk about it. Our current flag is a little different because we have 50 stars now for 50 states. The American flag is a symbol of the United States. It was chosen on June 14th, 1777. That was over 200 years ago. There were 13 red and white stripes on the first American flag. The stripes stood for the 13 states that made up our country. There were 13 stars on the first American flag too. Each star also stood for a state. How many stars do we have now? Yes, 50. The American flag has been changed many times. More stars get added to the flag as more states are added to the country. Today, there are 50 stars on the American flag that stand for the 50 states of the United States of America. And remember, one of these states is for Arizona. There are still 13 stripes on the American flag. The stripes now stand for the first 13 colonies in America. They were the first 13 states, but we call them the 13 colonies because they've changed a little how they are now. June 14th is Flag Day. People have parades to celebrate the American flag. Many people put American flag on their houses. The flag shows that they support America. We have one at our school that shows that we support America. People have put the American flag in many places. We even have the American flag on the moon. Astronauts went to the moon and they put a flag there. So if you ever get to go to the moon, if you ever want to become an astronaut, you can go to the moon and you can see the American flag on the moon. Isn't that really cool? All right, so let's get one more thing out. We're going to get a couple more things out. We're going to do 2 different activities. First, I want you to get your journals. Go ahead and pause the video and go find your writing journal. Okay, this is your writing journal. So I want you to pause your video and go find your Foundations Drawing and Writing Journal. And we're going to find a blank page in it. It has a picture box, okay? So do that and then come back and you can do the video with me. We're gonna do a little writing assignment and then I'll give you a couple more assignments that I want you to work on this week. You have 2 days to work on these for social studies, okay? I want you to work on this on Wednesday and probably on Thursday also. All right, so I'm going to use a pen so you can see it, but I want you to use a pencil. As always, the first thing we do is write our name. So I wrote my name, and you can write your last name too if you want, if you know how to do both names. What we're going to do is we're going to write all about the American flag, okay? So I want you to draw a picture and color it of your flag. I'm going to make a sun. I'm going to make some grass. I'm going to do some clouds in the sky. And I'm going to make my flagpole and my flag. So I'm going to do my box to make my stars. And again, you're going to color this so you can make it pretty. Put lots of stars in there. And I'm going to make my stripes that I can color red and white. Okay. Maybe you even want to draw some flowers over here to make whatever you want in your picture. I want you to draw a picture with your flag and I want you to color it, okay? We're gonna come back to this. So if you're not done drawing your picture, you don't have to be. I just kind of want you to watch and see what you're gonna do because then you can turn off the video and you can do this on your own, okay? So after you draw and color your picture, I want you to come down here and I want you to write about the American flag. So I'm gonna write, the flag has. So you can copy that and you can write the flag has, and these are words we can read and sound out. We know the as a sight word. We know full ag flag. That was a spelling word. Has, we can sound that out. The flag has. What is something the flag has? 50 stars. So I can write 50, 50, and then I can write stars. R's. Now you can spell this however you want. Maybe you think it's STRS. There's actually an ARS, but if you spell it RS, I just want you to sound out your words and spell it the best that you can. So then I'm going to put something else about the flag. Let's see. There are, and you don't have to copy this because after I do this, you're going to stop the video and you're going to go do this on your own. Okay. So you don't have to copy what I'm doing. So I'm going to write, there are 13 stripes. And then I'm going to do one more sentence. I want you to do 3 sentences about the flag. Maybe you want to put, the flag is red, white, and blue. I'm going to put, the flag is on the moon, because I think that's really cool. So I want you to write 3 sentences about the flag, and I want you to draw and color a picture of the American flag. So I want you guys to go ahead and take some time to do this. And then tomorrow or the next time that you get on the website for social studies, I'm going to show you how to put together our American Symbols book and how we have 2 books, how to put together our big book and our little book, okay? So I hope you had fun learning about the flag. We're going to be learning about symbols for a few weeks, so you're going to have plenty of time to work on these assignments. This week, make sure you do your journal writing assignment. Write about the American flag, 3 sentences, and draw and color a picture for me. And that means I need to see it either in Zoom or have someone take a picture and send it to me. This is going to be a grade 2, okay? I want to see that you're doing this. All right, friends, I will see you at the next video so we can learn a little bit more about American symbols and some of the things I sent home for us to work on. Thank you for joining with me. I'll see you soon.